BBC Radio 1 and former Capital Extra DJ Tim Westwood has been charged with 4 counts of rape. The 68-year-old has also been charged with 9 counts of indecent assault and 2 counts of sexual assault. The charges related to 7 women with allegations spanning from 1983 to 2016.
83, did you hear that?
1983. Mr. Westwood is due to appear at Westminster Magistrates Court on the 10th of November. He has been charged with the following offences. Listen good, people. In 1983, a 17-year-old girl was allegedly indecently assaulted in the Fulham area of London. In 1986, a woman in her 20s was allegedly indecently assaulted in the Vauxhall area of London. Between 1995 and 1996, a female between the age of 17 and 18 was allegedly raped in London. It's also alleged that the same woman was indecently assaulted in central London within the same time frame. Between 2000 and 2001, a female between the age of 17 and 18 was allegedly raped and indecently assaulted in London. In 2010, a woman in her 20s was allegedly raped in London. In 2010, a woman in her 20s was allegedly sexually assaulted in Stroud. In 2016, a woman in her 20s was allegedly sexually assaulted in the Finchley area of London. Lionel Aidan, Chief Crown Prosecutor, said, "Our prosecutors have established that there is sufficient evidence to bring the case to trial and that it is in the public interest to pursue criminal proceedings. The Crown Prosecution Service reminds everyone that criminal proceedings are active and the defendant has the right to a fair trial. It is extremely important that there be no reporting, commentary, or sharing of information online which could in any way prejudice these proceedings." Andy Furpy of the Metropolitan Police continued to appeal for further witnesses and said it takes courage to come forward and report allegations of this nature. Mr. Westwood was an early champion of hip-hop in the UK and came to public attention when he began hosting his rap show on Radio 1 from 1994. In 2022, following a joint investigation with The Guardian, BBC News broadcast accusations by 18 women of predatory and unwanted sexual behaviour and touching in alleged incidents from 1992 to 2017. Mr. Westwood has denied any claims of misconduct. So, Westwood is back in the news. However, this time, there are charges now. So, let's go in, man. So, it's as simple as this. We gave this guy a seat. Not we. We didn't give him a seat. They gave this guy a seat at the table. He sat at that table for the best part of almost 3 decades. He was the face of rap. You know, he was the face. Anyone who was into rap, whether you was in the UK, abroad, and you came here, you had to go and link Westwood. Our black DJs, they never got that look. They didn't get them lookings. They didn't get those looks. I remember when 50 and Diplomats and all these different men, I think he's one of the only few mans in the UK that met Biggie. Just think about that, people. Think about that. And now, in 2025, all these accusations are coming out, and we got people in our communities that are talking about the men in our community didn't protect the women. People, this individual should have never, ever been the face of hip-hop in the UK. Never, never, ever. We gave him that seat. We gave him that clout. We gave him that fame. And he abused it. He abused it. And it looks like he may get away with it because I don't care what the papers say. How are you going to prove a man in 1983 did that? I wasn't even born then. How are you going to prove that, man? How? It's all right bringing these charges, but my man, the dirt's been done. The second that he was given a seat at the table to run the culture, you see how he chats to the women on his shows? Yeah, baby, I like that, what they call it. I like that. I think he was saying to Cardi B, I like that long weave you've got. I like when it goes down to your ass and all that. How did we make this brother the face of the thing? How? And let's not pretend now. All your faves was with this brother. Gigs. All these mans were friends at his flat. All these things. Now all of a sudden now, everyone's saying all this stuff. But he was the face. He probably, listen, he's probably ran through more black girl than anybody because he was given the clout. He was famous. He had the £600 Averex on, the Cadillac.
Yeah.
He can get you in Jerul's video.
Yeah.
They gave him the position, and now I'm gonna say it straight. They're done with him, so they're handing him in now because they're done with him. But they let him run our culture for all that time. You know, my man probably had some of the finest in the UK based off the fact of the clout that man's gave to the idiot. I'm not gonna come on here and pretend that, oh, we knew what was going. I seen the brother in Brum, Walsall, and all them places with the finest, and there weren't much resistance. Let's just put it like that. I didn't see much resistance because I was one of the brothers that was vocal back then, saying, "Yo, what's this idiot doing running the culture? What? How's he running this culture?" And again, he was able to run down, girl, have his way, you know, based off of the fact of who he was. They gave him fame. They gave him fortune. They gave him opportunities. He was making a lot of money, man. To book Westwood, it was a $3,000 deposit. Never mind nothing else. You had to pay that man $5,000 back in them days. You had to pay him 5,000 back in them days. We gave him the clout, and then we gave him the clout. Let's not pretend. All them other men online, they ain't gonna say this. They're not gonna say it. We gave him the clout. We put him in our thing, and then when he was retiring and they were getting him out, they found a replacement, Charlie Slaff. And when Charlie Slaff do it, they'll find another one. That's how it works. The facts are, I'm gonna say it straight. It should have been a black Brit who was the face of hip hop in the UK. That's what it should have been. Westwood never should have been the face.
Never.
He would have never got no girls if he wasn't a famous DJ. None. They put him in position. Come through, Noble. Come through.
The only way he would have got a gal or women, well, in his liking, he would have been gal because he likes underage, well, younger women, according to his proclivities. I can't get my damn words out today. Is younger women. So if he didn't have the position and have the opportunity to potentially, because I would imagine he's dangling carrots in front of you. Yeah, man, I can get you in this video. I can link you with this person. I can get you in front of these people. So unfortunately, within the entertainment industry, a lot of women fall for these lies and these potential opportunities and use their body for that means of exchange. Because in my eyes, I mean, I'm not a woman, clearly, but I would say quite a small number of women would find him, that big old man, attractive.
I don't think none of them would have Noble.
There would be.
Noble is a big man, Noble.
I know that, but when some people like long, some people like that look. There's someone. What I'm trying to say, there is somebody for someone, everywhere for somebody. In essence, the majority. I'm saying the majority. Of course not. You shouldn't. And again, I'm not a woman, but that's not, an attractive male per se. So it's using their body to get something. That's what they were doing. And now they've got a bit of wisdom and knowledge. They're like, shit, he took advantage of me. Hindsight is a wonderful thing. Facts. Others are like, no, I used it. I did that and I got to this and that's it.
Facts.
Looking back, it's a bit creepy, but that's what I did to get where I am.
Happened a lot. It happened a lot, Noble. Happened a lot.
Way too much. And the question is, or the problem is why didn't they have enough internally to say, I can meet you and we can have a conversation, but it's about getting me to the next step. I shouldn't need to allow you to use my body to move through that door. If those young women had a stronger foundation when the offer was made, or like in the first documentary, she was in his bed. What would you be doing in a big ass man's bedroom in his flat? At some point, you've got to say, no, this is not acceptable. I came to do this.
Yeah. Yeah.
We go to the root, and the root is if we can do as much as we can do as parents, as uncles, as aunties, and all the rest of it to make sure that these young women are equipped to know if they're in a situation like this. No, there's no exchange to use my body so I can go somewhere. No, my body is for the person who I'm going to have a relationship with. This isn't a peck on the cheek kind of thing. My body, no, it's not.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's what the problem is, Mark.
We'll talk.
Because otherwise, it would have been pure documented, police interviewed conversations and allegations saying, "Yeah, man, I went to his house and this is what happened. They got the rape kit because he forced them to do it." I'm not seeing any of that. I'm seeing him leveraging his position to exploit young girl.
Young black women. Facts.
Yes.
Facts. Noble is absolute facts, and a lot of people won't say it. I'll say it again. I went to a school called Edmund Campion. Big up the Edmund Campion crew. And in sixth form, I remember he had a couple girls in sixth form. In Westwood, he used to get them into Westwood used to come to Brom on the first Saturday of every month. And what he'd do is he'd have this big party, and it was ram every time. And Westwood would boss up the dance, people. I'm talking about. He'd mash up the dance. He'd play all the big tunes, mash it up, and then he'd come into the crowd. Like, when the dance dying down, he'd come into the crowd and he'd just move around the crowd. And, he weren't struggling to get girl. Let's just say that. He weren't struggling. And the reason he weren't struggling is because he had money, fame, and clout. So what was happening is a lot of girls now, again, I'm not going to say, I don't know those situations that we have referred to. I don't know those situations. But what I do know is that he was able to have his way. You know what I mean? And I'm even going to take it away from the sexual assault stuff. My man, one of my brethren, and I'm not going to say his name, but he's one of the best DJs in the Midlands. He's working, and he was working with my man, and my man tried because my man, that's a real man who could get girl, and that should be the brother who's playing in them dances. That was like a man who's in the culture, raised in the born in the culture, and doing his thing, playing out, doing all of that. And what Westwood did is, because Westwood knew that he was the real deal Holyfield, in front of girl, he would try and lick him at him kind of thing. So like make him go McDonald's and all of that. I think he sent him to McDonald's with like £100 order and all them kind of things. You see what I'm saying? Now, that was done to belittle the brother. You see what I'm saying? Them things were done to belittle the brother, because Westwood knew, yo, I'm a guest. I'm a guest in this house. That's the brother he's the one who should be bossing up these. I'm a guest. So guess what? The girls were naturally attracted to my bedroom. See what I mean? So when he's playing out, I ain't gonna say too much because, again, I don't want to say too much. Westwood now, he had the clout, so he would lickle man people to make man look small in front of girl. I remember there was this girl, MySpace days, yeah. The girl looked good. the girl looked good, and what she used to do, if a man was chirping her, them girls, people that a man's chirping a girl and she'll say, I'm gonna give you my MySpace. You know them ones? Like, you're not getting my number. I'm gonna give you my MySpace. Holler me at MySpace. I'm not even giving you my number. Listen, unless you was a top like road man, or you was kicking ball, or she was that kind of thing, you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Westwood had his way with that. Westwood had his way. And there weren't no struggling or none of that. He had his way. And he had his way because he had Jarul on speed dial.
Yeah.
The man could holler. Think about it. Everyone's been through. Think about it. People would come, yo, Westwood, man, you're the realest thing. Don't you remember? They would show him love. Crazy love. Remember, all these people, we're in the UK watching all these, man. I remember when I went to one of them concerts at the NEC or the NIA back in the day. It could have been 50 or one of them. And I remember thinking, if I was 50 in that concert and I looked out in the crowd and said, Rude boy, where's all my people? You see what I'm saying? Like, I'll be looking out in the crowd. I remember just thinking, I was there and just thinking, there's not a lot of us here. You see where I'm coming from?
But Mark, that's just because depending on, look, we're not, for our kind of music, you're not going to see, unless it's a little intimate vibe, you're going to see the majority of the indigenous here, because everything we do, they love. and they got the spending power as well.
Yeah,
They're,
facts.
they're the main people buying and supporting this entertainment thing.
No, I hear that, Noble, but I'm saying they weren't even a presence, is what I'm saying, which is why I think when them mans were coming here, when them guys were coming here, if I was them, surely you would say like, okay, I'm from the States. They must know there's black people here.
No,
and surely, they
some of
say,
them-
yo, I've come to the UK and all these man, where's the DJs? Where's every, like you see in Westwood? And remember,
Yes.
Westwood's pretending to be them, Noble. So imagine
Yes.
if I'm coming from New York and Westwood's, yeah, baby boy. I'm gonna be like, yo, who's this idiot?
Yeah.
Like, surely you want to check a real one. Like, you see what I mean? Like, surely you'd want to be like, you know, like if we go, like, say, like, all right, I'll give you an example. When I went to Dubai in 2017, I went to Dubai and I'm at the Hilton and I see some African brothers and that. So I moved away from the Arabs and I've gone over to them, hailed them, yo, well, quite, yo, everything blessed with you, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Just
yeah,
like
yeah.
that. But I don't know, man. Westwood, I don't know. But I know he was given the reins, but let's read to
But think about this before you go to those comments.
Yeah.
50's intelligence and stuff to a point. Yeah, he's a troll, all that kind of stuff. But he will have let's not go too deep. But he will have basically a promoter, manager who say, yeah, man, we're going to London, which is obviously the whole of the UK. You got 4 shows. We're going to be there for a week. Blah blah blah. You're going to get XYZ. This is it. We're lined you up to go see Tim Westwood. Who the fuck's a Tim Westwood? Yeah, we can look him on YouTube. He's a big DJ out there, and and that's the schedule, Mark. That's where I'm going. Now we're down to you as the artist to say, okay, well, Tim Westwood, he's a long old white man on it. Okay, so let me DJ UK black. Okay, yeah, yo, manager, link me with an interview with this geezer as well. Still, yeah, I know you got that Westwood one, but I want to go see my people in it.
Nah, but remember, Noble, they're not going to do that because Noble, remember, if you're 50, forget 50. Let's go to a lesser artist, Fabulous. Let's say Fabulous, yeah. Fabulous used to come to England regular. So let's say you're Fabulous and you're saying to yourself, damn, where's all the black people? But I'm saying you might be going to 20 tour stops.
Yeah.
So you're not going to concern yourself with that. I'm saying like it should have been us here to say, nah, hip hop is that's our thing. It doesn't matter. It was our cousins who created it. So here what? It's us who's going to represent this thing. Otherwise, it should have been a thing where we just said, listen, or we somehow bypassed them and went to the man them in the States and said, yo, they're freezing us out of the thing, you know. So them man say, okay, they're freezing you lot out. But it wasn't that. They would just come here and link Westwood. Think about it, but everyone, they just come here and link him. There would never be a thing like, I think the closest man was Trevor Nelson.
I was just about to bring his name into it.
But where's he at now?
He was more on the R&B thing, and that's what kind of vibe
the
he
lick.
was on. Exactly. And he was dollars to flipping have as well. My brethren used to hire him out, and he was monies, man. Same kind of money as Westwood, in essence. But when you put his name on the flyer, the dance is carcass. But I agree with what you say, and I actually think people may have even tried to do that because you know how easy it is to reach out to the mans over in the States, especially back them times, mid-90s, early 2000s. It was easy.
Yeah, we hollered at DJ Clay Slay, we did. We hollered at K Slay, yes. My uncle Sifa, he knows him, yeah, R.I.P. And K Slay, he actually said it. He was like, yo, it's like it's only Westwood over there, isn't it? Like, because he was saying like, yo, see what I mean? So it's crazy.
But again, we have there's only so much we can do to a point. But I think if we were a bit more proactive in that sense, and money man's put the money up so we could actually do the whole thing, not just say, yo, when you come and link me. Because don't forget, them man's used to, Bossa used to go all over the damn place. You used to hear drops on all of those pirate radio stations. So how did they get those drops?
That would be, what you see, that would be a situation where a man might have run into Buster and got him to do it. But what I'm saying is, Westwood, like think about, I'll give you an example. So when I was growing up, when I was in year 10, Jada Kiss was warring with Beanie Siegel. You remember that? You remember Beanie Siegel versus Jada Kiss, the beef?
No.
So that happened. It was massive.
East Coast thing. Yeah,
oh, you were East Coast rap. When you was growing up, East Coast rap, yeah. It was a situation where they were beefing. Jada Kiss, the Locks were beefing with Rockefeller, and at the time,
what year we're talking?
Yeah,
what year,
I was in like year 10, so 2002, 3.
Oh yeah, I was
Yeah,
way up in school
2002
that
or
time.
3. So
Yeah.
massive at the time, massive. And
Mhm.
I remember you used to have, these days, there's no internet, nothing. You used to have to wait for Westwood. So I remember Beanie
Yeah,
Siegel put out his tune on Funk Flex, and then Jada was answering. So it was like Friday, and Jada was gonna answer that track in the evening. So everyone was waiting, like, yo, want to hear what Jada's gonna say, where? And the only place you could hear the track
was Westwood.
was
yeah.
Westwood. And I remember
Yeah.
you'd have to listen, and you'd have to listen to all the bullshit and
Yes.
him talking shit, and it was
Yo,
horrible, man.
yo, baby.
And I remember thinking, like, imagine like this English white man is in control of this major moment in hip hop. Like on our side, like everyone's waiting. I remember all the mans at school were waiting, and he was in control of that. And I remember just thinking, nah, that's something's wrong there. But Western, this guy was given the reins to Guan, D-Star. I can tell you exactly how he was able to get in. His dad was extremely wealthy and well connected with politicians and people in the media. Aisha, I thought Westwood was living in Nigeria. He is, man. Probably doing the same thing over there. Contrary to popular belief, it wasn't black people bringing him in. It was his father's connections. His name is Gideon. I'll leave that there.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, we're now getting the illusion of justice. The original Diddy, Aisha. It's all about evidence. Look at Diddy and Mendy. Wouldn't be surprised if Westwood walks away. I don't think he raped anyone, just my opinion. Aisha, he will walk away. It's not going to be if. He will walk away. He definitely used his position. I will say that. He definitely abused his position, but as far as forcefully holding down girl, in my opinion, I don't think that took place like that. Based off of what I seen, because my man, we're not talking about a man who's been accused of things and who's fell out of favor. I'm talking about the man who was ramming Brum Club Air every Saturday, 3,000 people. I'm talking about the man who had all the famous biggest rappers on speed dial. I'm talking about the man who was hosting MTV Pimp My Ride. I'm talking about the man that was at the Mobos, and I'm talking about a man who people made someone in the community. That's what I'm talking about. He ain't gonna get like whatever's happened between him and them, his handlers, is why this is going on. Whatever's happened. Something's happened where they've said, cancel that bitch, like Nino. That's what they've did. That's all they've did. This is not nothing to do with what has been alleged. This is about he's fell out of favor with them. Exactly. That's all this is about, because when he was in Club Air and all that and he was running cheap, what happened then? No one was saying nothing then. I don't know, Aisha, he looks like the kind of man you wouldn't leave your drink unattended with. If he wasn't a famous DJ, Xavier, Richard Blackwood should have been given the platform those MTV days. Facts. He was shortchanged, he was. Yes. Western, his behavior was the result of popularity and greed. Facts, Western. Tetley B, straight predator. Yeah. He's definitely a predator, but he was given an opportunity to be a predator. Yes. Marshy, I don't think Westwood grabbed and said, take them off now. Women were willing. He had access to fame and money. It's facts. It's facts. People don't want to hear it, but it's fact. Western, Roadblock, Ram. Yeah, that's what it was like. D-Star, sixth form is like 17 years old, and he was 40-year-old. That's nonce behavior. Yeah, real talk, D, but remember, 17's legal, you know. It's legal, yeah. So you're talking right, but it's not illegal. And I'm saying them same girls. Remember, I was in like year 10, year 11, and them same girls, I would be like, yo, what you doing? What you doing with him? And they were like, yo, stop hating on me. I'm getting money and all that nonsense. Aisha, a lot of Americans didn't know there were black people in the UK. Western, there was no discussion. Tetley, it was the BBC that was and is in control. Facts. Marshy, he met Jay, Biggie, Tupac. You don't think girls would give him? That's what I'm saying, Marshy. My man met Biggie, you know. Westwood was the DJ. Listen to this. He was the DJ at a show in London. Listen who was on the show. Biggie and R. Kelly. Westwood, you know what I mean? He got them kind of looks. See what I mean? Famous DJ or not, you still wouldn't leave your drink with him. People of my age will remember drink spiking was massive back then.
Yes.
You had to be careful. No, D, I hear ya, but I'm just going to come out and say it, D. Westwood didn't need to spike drinks because girls were putting it on him.
Yeah.
I'm going to say it straight. It wasn't a thing. I'm just a realist. It weren't a thing that my mum was I'm not saying that I don't want to like take away from no one's experience, but I'm saying girls were putting it on him. I seen that with my own eyes. Now it was based off of the fact that what he could do for them. I've told you about another man in Brum that same thing. He could get you in certain positions, just put it like that. So not for these girls. Remember, you're talking about Giroud these days, between me and you times.
Yeah.
When them
And
tunes
also,
were massive.
Would people have known his actual age back them times?
Not really, because in them days he would have probably been early 40s, I'm guessing.
Yeah. And again, he doesn't necessarily back then. He wouldn't have looked to the untrained eye and to the people who are just consuming. They're not going to go onto the damn Wikipedia. Or I think Ash Jeeves would have still been around then. And Ash Jeeves, how old is Tim Westwood? That they ain't going to do nothing like that. The most they're going to be, when's he coming to my town? And then it's like, okay, where's my opportunity? How can I link this person to get to the next step? That's so before even linking Westwood, as you know, you got security guards.
Yeah.
And some of these misguided young females who do all kind of stuff with the security guards so they can get in to go see the main person.
Exactly.
Accountability. Now, some of these women would have done that anyway, regardless of their upbringing, the strong foundation being created. Some of them would have just, regardless, they would have just done that. But again, if we don't have something to step off of, these girls are just going to be out here just throwing their body away. Here you go, have this, man, have this. Who's next? Who got next on my temple?
Facts.
Some big ass 40-year-old man and I'm 17. That's disgusting. From the man's standpoint and from the young 17-year-old. At most, this is just me, 20, maybe 21. And even that's a big jump from 17. But at least, you know what I mean? Legal, blah, blah, blah. Age difference isn't 40 years of age. That's
He was having his way. Like Burger King. And the thing is, I ain't gonna pretend. I can't come on here. A lot of men are gonna get online and say that my mum raped girl and done this and done that because that's what the narrative is. I can't do that. I can't get on here and say that because I know I was there. At the time I was there, we put the brother on a seat. We put him in a seat that made him a favorable person. I hate to say it, but that's what happened with him. We put him in position, put money in his pocket, put him around not us personally, but the community put him in. The community put him on a front where he was running around. He was a star. He was a star.
Don't forget as well, when whatever city he went to, the local man them would be protecting him.
You see it?
He wasn't rolling dolo like that. And unless you can correct me, he started hiring security. Because I know when he came to Brum, what mans used to have around him to keep him flipping in check and thing. You know what I mean? So again, accountability, man. Accountability. I'll always give you $5 bill for the day. Okay, so, and this dude is warmsing in with the young girl, not big women, like he's supposed to. Fully developed, beautiful. Look how much developed, beautiful 30-year-olds, 40-year-olds, 50-year-olds. Wait, what are we dealing with? Look at youth, them. That shows that to me, that shows in the mind. Then, so if you can't deal with women on your level, your age, or around your age and older, what does that say? Something wrong with you, brother.
Well, it wouldn't have been. He wouldn't be getting none of them girls. Take away the position he was put in. He wouldn't be getting those girls. He was getting girls.
Keep that position is what I'm saying. Yeah. In that position, he had number one, he had no business dealing with them young girl.
Facts.
Number two, especially in that position, he's got so maybe they don't like his style of dress. He's still got money, he's successful, he's still got access to entertainers and stuff and to events. So these big women I'm sure big women would have been throwing themselves, okay.
Definitely.
I'll get down with you for a night. You know what I mean? You're gonna get me to that Ja Rule concert. Okay, blessed. I'm gonna be front row. Okay. What are you saying?
Definitely. There is definitely a situation where that would have happened. See what I mean? Like, what I'm getting at is that at the time, we're talking about a time where Tim Westwood TV's popping on YouTube. You're talking about he's playing out damn near every night.
Yeah.
He's got money in his pocket. He's got a TV show on MTV, Pimp My Ride. He's got every top rapper on speed dial. He was the face of hip hop in the UK. So what we're getting at is that yes, he himself took advantage of that position. He did. He was looking young gal, but what we're getting at is that take him out that position, he's unable to do that. Him being in that position, he had bargaining tools. Yo, I can get you to meet Jarrell. I can get you backstage here. I can get you here, there, everywhere. Remember, Westwood was a man that if a man was on tour, Westwood could be the DJ for the tour stops in the UK. So he could get girl to be backstage and all that. Come on, people. Let's just be grown up about this thing. Let's not pretend. And, we know the mainstream, the mainstream want to do my man in. That's what they want to do. But let us have common sense and who was there back in the day and know that the same mainstream put him in position. And then a lot of our youth at the time were looking for opportunity and whatever. And he was able to abuse them. And he did this for years. He did this for decades. He slept with so many beautiful black women because he's a DJ. And this is what I'm trying to say. So now we have to call out that individuals are not the face of our thing again. I ain't going to pretend like to say, he shouldn't be in that position. He shouldn't have been in that position ever. I don't care, man. He should have never been in that position. And that's why he got them girls and he had his way with all of them. He had his way. He should have never been in that position. I don't care. We put him in that position. Who cares about his dad? Who cares? They got nothing to do with hip hop. They got nothing to do with rap. Nothing. Man's cousins in the States created that. If it comes to these shows, it should be us who's representing that because he represented it and abused the community, abused the community. He's probably all bred some of them young girls as well. This is probably not even a half of what's went on, no, but it has to be called out. We have to call out the fact that he was in position like that. Should have never been in that position. That's what I'm saying. I'm not even saying nothing else. I'm saying he should have never been in the position. Forget everything else. Yeah, to begin with.
Facts. Yeah.
To begin with, like you're a guest, man. And I'm not saying you can't be a guest, but you came in and he had his way. So, he had his way. I know in Brum alone, he took down some winners. In Brum alone. I don't know about other cities, but in Brum alone, he took down some winners, man. And they weren't assaulted. I'm telling you, I don't care. I say, we'll put this clip up online. They weren't assaulted. I'm telling you that now. They were getting looks. I remember one girl told me straight to my face, I'm a hater. She said, Mark, you're a hater. I'm getting money. She told me that he has to pay her bread and all that. And she was giving up things for that. I don't rate that, man.
Never that, sibling. Yeah. Never that. But again, look, that look. So that ideology and mentality from the woman's standpoint, and we place it in 2025. That's your what's the bitch? Money, Bonnie Blue and Lily Phillips. That's it. That's that madness all over, and it's been secreted. Look, man. Our temples, male and female, is precious. We may mess up occasionally, and we might do some things, and we'll look back and blah blah blah. But luckily, especially the people that are on live right now with us, we can look back at our lives and think, yeah, man, that was a bit wild, but I can still hold my head up. With the things that these people are doing, once they actually get full maturity and their frontal lobe is fully flipping developed and have had full proper life experiences, and they look back, what can they? There's going to be a lot of unhappy, medicated people, and they're already medicated with all kind of designer drugs. But I'm talking about for their mental wealth and well-being. They're going to have fractured personalities and all kind of stuff just dealing with fucking hell. Why was I doing that? Why didn't anybody stop me? Where was the guardrails? No, there's no guardrails now. There's no such thing as common sense. It's do your nastiness and get as much money as possible.
That's it.
There's no shame. You don't even need to have pride anymore. You just need to look good. That's all you need to do is just look good, and your sins will be forgiven. Rewind that. There's no sin. There's just joy, success, and that's it. Do out thou will. There's no
That's it.
shame, man. There's no pride. There's no demure women anymore. There's none of that. Women want to be all masculine and do all, yeah, man. Well, I can do this and S my D and all kind of, and this bro talk.
Saying
People,
bro
listen.
after every sentence.
Please, people, I'm trustfully, no one on this damn live does this. Do not allow this stupid changing of our language invade. It's like, it's weird to me. How can another woman call another woman, bro? How can a man say to his gal, bro, don't do that? But what?
Yeah, it's mad. It's mad.
Devolution of mankind? No. Devolution of humanity, not mankind, because not mankind. Devolution of original people. Man and man can't even string 4 sentences together these days. Man and man can't even think without having the crack phone illuminate their face.
Real talk. People, I hope you enjoyed that clip. If you did, please like, share, and subscribe. And if you want to watch the stream in full, consider becoming a Patreon or joining our YouTube members. And don't forget to hit the like button, folks, and we'll see you in the next one.